Good evening, I'm Rob Harleston.
And I'm Ken Houston. Coming up on this late edition of NewsWatch 30, the nation's top boss takes aim at curbing domestic violence. The solution is just one ring away.
I'm Leon Gray. Coming up, we'll take you to a college campus that stands in an area that used to be cotton plantation.
And we'll take a look at the life and death of civil rights leader Malcolm X.
These stories and more just ahead on NewsWatch 30. Stay with us.
This is NewsWatch 30 with Rob Harleston, Ken Houston, Don Carson, and Damon Andrews.
Hello again, everyone. Our top story tonight, there's a call to arms to pursue domestic violence.
Every year, thousands of men and women are abused by their loved ones. At the White House today, President Clinton and Health and Human Services Secretary Donna Shalala announced the creation of a national domestic violence hotline. The hotline will provide battered women a toll-free service of crisis counseling, problem-solving, and referrals. A Memphis woman who is free from her abusive relationship offers this advice to women who might feel trapped.
I feel like there is out. The first step is making a decision to get out. If there's a girlfriend or family members that are there to help you, call on them.
The National Domestic Violence Hotline is toll-free. The number is 1-800-799-SAFE. That number is 1-800-799-SAFE. If you're in an emergency situation, call your local police. Otherwise, call the toll-free number and someone will help you with non-emergency information.
Memphis police are investigating once again a shooting involving a teenager. This time it happened at the Spring Creek Crossing Apartments at around 5 o'clock this evening. A 15-year-old girl was shot in the back and is now in critical condition at the Med. So far, one person is in custody, but police have not determined if the shooting was an accident. Well, the rise in violence among teens has some parents. A group called Parents Against Violence recently formed and is gaining in support. The group was started by Inez Wright. Her goal is to help parents and their children help themselves.
Your daughter. What do you tell them if they came to you? Everybody tells them no.
We're trying to get parents to go back to their community and start working in their to combat crime. The violence in the schools, the violence in the community among teenagers is rising, and I think if you go back to the home and try to educate parents, these parents, maybe we can make a difference in this community and community all over the city.
If you would like to help the center fight crime, contact the W.D. Collian Parenting Resource Center. Their number is 775-7493.
In national news tonight, a manslaughter trial involving rap star Snoop Doggy Dogg appears to be far from over. Jurors could not reach a verdict in the case today and deadlocked 9-3 in favor of acquittal. Snoop, whose real name is Calvin Broadus, was acquitted yesterday of murder charges along with his bodyguard. The two men were accused in the 1993 shooting death of a gang member. The rap star's mistrial only applies to the manslaughter charges. His next court appearance is set for March 18th.
Your ride to work may have just become a lot less stressful. The Memphis Area Transit Authority announced today the addition of several new bus routes. They stretch from downtown Memphis to the suburbs. The routes include Germantown, Bartlett, Hickory Hill, Collierville, and Millington. Meanwhile, the Transit Authority is also developing a light rail system. It would run from downtown past the Medical Center to Cleveland Street. Transit officials say these new routes are desperately needed.
Okay, one of the things that we feel like is going to provide mobility for people to get to and from jobs, work sites, medical, and the other thing is that it's going to give us an alternative to the automobile.
The first phase of the light rail system is projected to cost around $31 million. The system could eventually run from downtown to the east end of Memphis.
Along the Republican campaign trail, former Tennessee Governor Lamar Alexander had a strong third-place finish last night in the New Hampshire primary. Tonight, he's in South Carolina, but support has been pouring into his campaign headquarters in Nashville. The phones are ringing off the hook, and contributions are coming in by the bucket loads.
Now there are three of us, and it will be a contest of ideas. I have the new ideas. Senator Dole seems to have no ideas. And my friend Pat Buchanan has the wrong ideas.
Political experts are saying that Alexander has a good chance of winning the GOP nomination. They predict the next primary could show Alexander, Buchanan, and Dole in a virtual dead heat.
Bob Dole is no longer the front runner after yesterday's balloting in New Hampshire. Dole left New Hampshire for a campaign swing through the Dakotas. He says he's not giving up at the fight. Now, meanwhile, conservative commentator Pat Buchanan, who took the lead in yesterday's primary, headed to South Carolina today. Buchanan says he doubts that Dole supporters will leave the former leader's camp to join Alexander. Steve Forbes, who finished fourth, says he too is staying in the race.
31 years ago tonight, Malcolm X was shot to death as he was about to address a black Muslim rally in New York City. While the circumstances surrounding his death remain a mystery, there's no mystery about what he was trying to accomplish for his people. The assassination of Malcolm X at New York's Audubon Ballroom came at a time in his life when his views about race relations between blacks and whites were starting to change somewhat.
All white people wasn't devils, that anybody that wanted to submit themselves and be fair could be fair.
University of Memphis professor David Acey says Malcolm's transformation was a result of a trip to Mecca where he met Muslims of every color. But Malcolm's new philosophy helped drive a wedge between himself and the Honorable Minister Elijah Muhammad, the leader of the black Muslims, during the 60s.
He brought in a teaching that was different, totally different from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Memphis City Councilman Talib Kareem Muhammad was a friend of Malcolm X and says the books about the civil rights maverick and the movie that bears his name have helped keep his legacy alive.
Malcolm has been resurrected in this country, you know, really to a point right now that is certainly not obscure.
But Dr. Muhammad and Dr. Acey both feel that African Americans lost something that may never be replaced when Malcolm X was cut down by bullets 31 years ago.
I don't think if Malcolm had lived that Africans in America would be where we are today.
We would have been way light years ahead and had more respect from all persuasion, ethnic persuasion, if the philosophy of Malcolm had been really understood and followed.
Thomas Hagen was one of a handful convicted for the murder of Malcolm X. He was denied parole for a 6th time since his conviction last year.
The Ford Motor Company is apologizing to 4 black employees whose faces were removed from an advertisement. The Ford employees were photographed 5 years ago at work for a promotion, but when the photo was used again last year, the non-white faces were omitted or changed to look white. Ford says the photo was changed for use in Poland, which has a largely white population. Originally, the photo was used to show Ford's multiracial staff. The company has agreed to pay the employees about $2,000 each for distress.
When NewsWatch 30 continues, a company from West Africa joins the New York Stock Exchange.
And a former cotton plantation is now a center of higher learning. We'll take you there when we come back.
Here is tonight's qualifier in the CUSA Tournament Ticket Contest. You are now qualified for the grand prize. Call UPN 30 for details. And if you entered your name, watch NewsWatch 30 to see if you qualify.
Anytime is the perfect time for Domino's Pizza. But right now, when you call Domino's, you can get a large 2-topping pizza plus double cheesy bread for only $11.99. Start with our delicious large classic hand-tossed, ultimate deep dish, or crunchy thin crust. Add any 2 mouth-watering toppings, throw in our tasty new double cheesy bread, and have it all delivered hot and fresh for just $11.99. Hey, you can have pizza anytime. But if you want this deal, you gotta call Domino's now.
Gotta be Domino's.
The new Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo offers full-time 4-wheel drive to handle rough terrain. Improved quadricoil suspension for a smooth, controlled ride. The most powerful V8 in its class. And with up to $1,150 in option package values, it's designed with your budget in mind. But wouldn't you know it? Just when driving starts to get fun, someone comes along and ruins it.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer. This is NewsWatch 30.
This season, we're featuring low-cut prices on an incredible line from Maytag. You'll see classic Maytag washers at just $3.99. Dishwashers, a sensational $3.69. Maytag refrigerators, a stunning $5.99. Smashing ranges at $3.99. And finally, a blue ensemble for those days when you're going nowhere. But hurry, you won't see numbers like these after Saturday.
If financial pressures are at a peak in your life and you feel you have nowhere to turn, listen to this. There is an answer. Bankruptcy means the chance for you to get a fresh start. Legally, you can consolidate all your bills into just one payment. One payment you can handle with no more late fees and penalties, no more harassing phone calls or threatening letters. Stop worrying. Let the Union Avenue law firm of Barbara R. Lovey help you get back in control of your life. Call 728-HELP today and start your new life tomorrow.
The nation's governors are making a pitch for changes in the Medicaid system. 6 governors appeared before a House panel today urging support for the National Governors Association's overhaul plan. The governors argue that there are just too many Medicaid regulations and that rising costs are hard on state budgets. The National Governors Association has unanimously approved changes in the Medicaid plan and the overhaul of the welfare system.
If most of us were asked to think of northern Mississippi around 1866, thoughts of cotton plantations and slavery might come to mind. But that's also the year one of Mississippi's most historic colleges was founded. Tonight, NewsWatch reporter Leon Gray takes us there.
During a time when this country was at war with itself, it's hard to imagine anyone starting a school for blacks. But it happened.
The Russ was established in 1866 by the Freedmen's Aid Society of what we know now as the United Methodist Church. It is the oldest of the historically black colleges that relate to the United Methodist Church, though.
The Freedmen's Aid Society was a group of abolitionist missionaries. Their vision paved the way for the tradition of higher learning to continue to date at Russ College. Russ now offers degrees in 21 major fields of study. For some students, Russ is a family tradition.
I chose Russ College because I had an opportunity to visit Russ on several occasions, plus the fact that my father and my aunt who went to Russ, they encouraged it highly.
For others, coming to Russ means joining a family.
I love the family feel that I get from being here. I mean, everyone is so warm and so open. All the teachers will give you a one-on-one, they treat you on a one-on-one basis.
Russ College is also a big part of the Marshall County community. So much a part, it even brought Congressman Roger Wicker to campus to field some tough questions.
In layman's terms, exactly why did the government need to shut down?
I'm also a member of the Marine Corps Reserve, and I'm wondering what stance you take on that, on the opposition in Boston.
The professors at Russ College tell me they take pride in being in touch with each individual student's needs. Mississippi is a state that's steeped in traditions, like plantations and cotton farming. But now they're changing their image, and the way they're doing it is with education. From Holly Springs, Leon Gray, NewsWatch.
Russ College's average enrollment is about 1,000 students per semester. The college is funded in part by donations to the United Negro College Fund.
A gold mining company taking its name from the historically rich Kingdom of West Africa became the first African company to trade on the New York Stock Exchange. Asante Goldfields, based in Ghana, brought out dancers clothed in traditional orange and gold kente robes as the opening bell sounded the start of trading today. Asante joins about 2,700 companies trading on the big board.
Well, still ahead on NewsWatch 30, Damon will tell us about all that racket that's going on in the Kroger St. Jude tennis tournament.
But first, Don has a preview of all the racket that's being made here in the Mid-South and just about everywhere across the country about that spring weather that we're enjoying. Don, what do you say?
Well, here I am. Well, I say it looks like we're going to have another day just like today. In fact, we even have warmer weather coming up after that. It's been some unbelievable weather, and we'll tell you all about it and what lies ahead right after this.
Call our NewsWatch contest line now for your chance to win 250 gallons of Circle K gas and a chance to win a 1996 Isuzu Trooper from Guatney Isuzu.
Will turns Uncle Phil into a slumlord.
Who knows what kind of vermin are in here?
How do? Shocking surprises. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Thursday on UPN 30. You've never had a green thumb, but you might. You couldn't get tickets to the big game, but you got the best seat. You've never had a lot of pull, but now you do. The 1996 Sierra from GMC. Now you can do more than you've ever done before with standard features like driver's airbag, four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and AM/FM stereo. On-road, off-road, small stuff, bigger load. Sierra, the full-size pickup with the strength of experience from GMC. Now at your Greater Memphis GMC dealer.
All eyes are on Hollywood Casino and one of the most spectacular, fun-filled adventures of all time. Come be amazed as you explore a land overflowing with hidden treasures. A land of mystery and excitement. A land filled with beautiful ancient temple ruins and deep, dark jungle waterfalls. A multi-million-dollar entertainment experience that's so real you can reach out and touch it with your very own hands. Get ready to have fun and live the adventure of your life at Hollywood Casino. It could only happen here.
I got a passion.
It beat Acura, BMW, and Infiniti.
I got a passion.
Mercedes and Lexus were both left behind.
I got a passion for the road.
Motor Trend named the Mazda Millennia #1 in its class.
Mazda.
Millennia.
Passion for the road.
Leases start at $0 down, $369 a month, 24 months.
Mazda. Passion for the road.
On the next Home Improvement, Tim and Al become roommates.
This is your closet space. You realize that flannel could reproduce so quickly.
Thursday on UPN 30.
Well, Don joins us right now with weather, and he's not properly dressed here. Where's your sunglasses? Go with the sun.
Hey, I wear my sunshine tie for very special occasions like today when it's February and we hit 73 degrees. So
with sunglasses on, but you should be wearing sunglasses. I mean, it just makes a newscast that much cooler.
Next time, I promise you I will. Yeah, we did pretty good today with our 73-degree reading here in Memphis, but, well, across our friends across the river in Arkansas did even better. Check this out. Fayetteville, 83 degrees today, and that broke the old record of 79 degrees, and that was on the record books for 99 years until today. Okay, let's take a look at our current conditions, see how we're doing at this hour. Still quite mild out there. 60 degrees is our current temperature in Memphis. Winds east at 3 miles an hour. Humidity is 87%. Dew point 56, and our barometer, it is rising. As we check our stats for the day today, there it is, 73 degrees. That was our high. Yes, sirree, well above what is considered normal for this time of February. Low this morning was 54. In fact, our low this morning was almost equal to our normal daytime high for this time of year. We've had no rain since midnight. Sunrise tomorrow, 6:39. Sunset, 5:49. River stages, 15:62, and that's on the downside, 1.01. All right, let's take a look at the satellite shot here, and we'll go back over the last 24 hours. Now, it looks like all these clouds just boiling up and just all kinds of weather mischief going on here, but really, this is very placid. Most of these are high, thin layer clouds and really not causing any problems, not kicking out any precipitation, at least inside of our viewing area here. And as the day went along, we'll put these into motion here. Even that started to clear out during the day. And, well, right now we have mostly clear skies across most of our area right here. And, well, we'll see a few of these little clouds come popping in overnight. So we'll call it partly cloudy overall overnight. But as far as precipitation is concerned, really a non-factor for much of the Mid-South. This was 12 hours ago. Let's put this into motion, show you what went on. A lot going on, but nothing in our area here. Got a band of rain here and some rain there, and you may have already heard about all the rain they've been having across the West Coast, causing mudslides and just all kinds of problems. Well, it's still going on this evening. The weather system's responsible for all this. You can see this cold front right here. Well, as long as we stay below that cold front, that means all that warm air is going to come up into our area, and that will continue through tomorrow. This will become stationary, and we've got more warm ahead. All right, let's take a look at that forecast for tonight. Partly cloudy. Very mild. Our low near 55 degrees. Tomorrow, partly sunny, continued unseasonably warm with our high in the mid-70s. Even more 70s coming up Friday, upper 70s as a matter of fact. This weekend, it will be dry, a little bit cooler, highs in the 60s, and our next best chance of rain will be on Monday.
All right. Got to get me one of those ties, folks. Gotta love it. Thanks a lot, Don. Rob?
Hey, I always thought that Damon was the hardest working guy in sports, but he tells me that there are some guys in Memphis this week that are generating more sweat than he does.
Yeah, well, that's really hard to believe, too.
It is.
We got one guy we're going to talk to you right. We got the hardest working man in sports. Greg Gaston will bring us a live report from the tennis tournament. Plus, the River Kings are in action on the road and highlights from the SEC scuffle you saw right here on WLMT. So stay right there. Sports is coming up next.
To prove
prove our Kia could give a Toyota a run for its money, we conducted a little car chase, Hollywood style, for a grueling 100,000 miles. With a more powerful engine, we tailed that Corolla from heaven to hell to hellish, and did it at a price that starts at about 3,000 miles, which means we came in way under budget. And in Hollywood, well, that rarely happens. Kia, because it's about time everyone had a well-made car.
Get $500 cash back on a new Sophia.
Buying a computer system is an investment, so it pays to deal with only a computer specialist. Hi, I'm Jim Jaggers from Microcomputer Technologies. Everyone seems to be selling computers these days, but only MCT is offering true service and technical support, including a 2-year warranty, the best in Memphis. We only sell equipment both of us can live with, and our technicians are factory authorized to take care of our clients long after the sale. Quality, service, and support. MCT. We've got the answers you've been looking for.
This is NewsWatch 30.
After years of building cages, we're about to let the animal out. Introducing the 850R from Volvo.
Dear foreign car owners, when it comes to fixing brakes, foreign cars aren't foreign to Midas. That's why we offer same-day brake service and guaranteed brake shoes and pads for as long as you own your car.
そして今あなたがお持ちの国産車外車をマイダスへお持ちいただくと
Get 25% off guaranteed brake shoes and pads. That's 25% off brake shoes and pads for any car at the Midas International Brake Sale.
Vilket språk man än talar, detta är ett erbjudande värt att bromsa för.
It is day 3 of the Kroger St. Jude Tennis Tournament, the day the big guns made their 96th debut at the Racket Club. And that's where Greg Gaston is standing by live. Greg, give us the latest.
Damon, we're in the fabulous Sara Lee Suite, as we told you before at 6. I did eat the cheesecake. It was delicious. We're overlooking Stadium Court here at the Kroger St. Jude Tournament. And on the court right now, great story here. Local tennis star out of Germantown. It's Keith Evans taking on the 4th seed Thomas Enquist and holding his own. They are right now in the first set tiebreak, tied at 6. So Evans certainly trying to do what a guy named Luke Jensen did earlier. An amazing upset here, as Andre Agassi, the 2nd seed, is gone. He was ousted by the 419th ranked player in the world, Luke Jensen. Here we go. First set, Jensen serving from the near court. He approaches the net, puts it into the corner, and then the cross-court winner to take it 6-2. Second set, Agassi serving from the bottom of your picture, as you see the crowd. Jensen, the weak return right here, and Agassi will put it away. But Jensen, the stunning upset. We'll move on to match point. Andre looked slow. He looked lethargic. He looked like he really didn't want to be here. And it showed as Jensen goes on to win this one 6-4 and 6-2. We see match point coming up right here. And afterwards, hey, it was a subdued Andre Agassi who spoke to the media.
Well, I mean, I think it was a combination of just a change of environments and, you know, coming off a slow court and, you know, to me, it's like just getting a little bit, a few days off, and then get back on the practice court again, you know, and hopefully play better next time.
Hey, let's face it, Brooke wasn't here, all right? He missed her. 3rd seed Michael Chang got Draper earlier today. First set action. The Aussie Draper will be in the near court. Chang will try to move him around a bit. Chang goes cross court, but Draper passes him with the strong backhand. Good crowd. They call this one Big Wednesday, as most of the seeds were in action today. Draper would come back to win set 2, 7-5, but Chang regained his composure in set 3, ripping home the forehand and the match 6-3, 5-7, and 6-2. And afterwards, Chang talked about his 3rd set performance.
I think I was being a little bit more aggressive in the 3rd set, which definitely helped things out a bit. And you know, I was just fortunate to be able to win some good points at the net.
Top seed Pete Sampras taking on Richie Renenberg. Sampras with the serve from the near court. Renenberg to return. Sampras comes to the net, and Renenberg passes it. Steve Sampras did win the first set 6-3, and he would win the match in 2 sets. But it wasn't real easy. He went to a tiebreak in set 2, Sampras in the near court, and on the return, Brandenburg tries to come to the net. But Pete's going to rip him the backhand. Watch this. Coming up right down the line. Sampras 6-3, 7-6 with a 7-4 tiebreak. Other winners today, let's see how you did in the office pool, everybody. Marcelo Rios, a winner. Todd Woodbridge in 3 sets. Hard-hitting Mark Philippoussis wins in straight sets over Chuck Adams. Brett Steven, a winner. Byron Black, a winner. Mal Washington cruises. Yuri Novak, he will next take on Luke. Luke, hear the force, Luke. And Greg Rusetsky over Michael Tebbett in 3 sets. Damon, a lot of action this afternoon. They're going to be down to the Sweet 16, and let's root on Mr. Evans here while more at 10 o'clock on our sister station and see if he can pull the upset over Thomas Enquist.
Thanks a bunch, Greg, and you still didn't bring back the chocolate swirl cake. I'm waiting for that at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, sticking with that tennis theme, first it was Monica Seles hitting the comeback trail. Today, Jennifer Capriati made her way back to center stage after a 15-month hiatus. Jen shed a bunch of personal problems to dismiss her first opponent in that familiar Capriati fashion. Jenny taking on Christy Boogert in the SN Open. Capriati in the far court right here, pounding Christy all game long. Boogert hits long, and that's game, set, and match 6-1, 6-2, a winner for Capriati. Hey, but tennis isn't the only thing in the all-you-can-eat NewsWatch Sports Buffet. The River Kings are in action tonight against Tulsa in Oklahoma, where the winds come sweeping down the plains. You know the song. Go ahead and sing along with me. Since we can't take you directly to Tulsa, we'll do the next best thing and take it to the board. 4-0 Memphis in the third. Derek Grant and Stefan Wah with the goals in that game. Kevin O'Neill's Tennessee squad probably hasn't been looking forward to tonight's meeting with Arkansas. They're nursing a 500 record in Arkansas until the Hogs lost their top scorer, and their top rebounder to NCAA investigations, and now the Vols' task didn't seem so daunting. We take you to the action. Thompson Bowling Arena. I think we're going to take you to the action. There we go. Kevin O'Neill always has some nice, kind words to say to the bench. First half, Hogs down 1. Make that up to Pat Bradley. Launches a tray. It finds nothing but net. 24-22 Hogs. Second half, Tennessee's patience pays off. Around the horn, then the Hog defense gambles. That's snake eye. Stevie Hamer, 21 points, 10 boards, more balls. On the break this time, Brandon Wharton, dial 1-800-COLLECT. That's long distance. They go on to win, 66-59. So some big-time upsets going on over at the Racket Club, and, you know, you wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it for your own eyes. Andre Agassi losing to the 419th ranked player in the world.
Well, Brooks not here, you know.